In this video, we'll be reviewing the major components of a resume and identify what makes a better resume. Did you know that most employers only scan through resumes and spend 5 to 10 seconds reviewing a resume before deciding if they think a candidate is qualified? Therefore, it's very important to include the most relevant information on the first half of your resume. These are the major components of a resume. Typically, it will start with some sort of summary. This can be called a summary, career summary, profile, or professional profile. The other components are typical on a resume, but you don't have to add them in this order. Your education, these are degrees, certifications, and any special training that you've had. Your skills, these are technical, language, and industry-specific skills. Your related experience, this can be full-time, part-time, internship, or long-term volunteer experience, and any additional information. This can include campus involvement, especially leadership positions, and community engagement. So let's start with your header and contact information. Typically, you will have your full name on the top, large and bolded. You only need to add your phone number and email. You can add your address if you want, but it's not required. Some filtering systems will remove candidates that live outside of the area, and you don't want to be taken out of the applicant pool because of that. Another thing you can do is add your LinkedIn profile. You can showcase examples of your work, and recruiters can review endorsement or recommendations that supervisors and colleagues have written for you. Before you begin building your resume, the first thing you should do is review the job description that you want to apply for. Yes, this means that you need to tailor your resume to each position that you apply for, so that you're never sending the same resume to 2 different positions. As you're reviewing the job description, you want to identify keywords and incorporate them into your own documents. The next thing to look for is repetitive verbs and nouns in the posting. When reviewing the job description, focus on the first 3 or so bullets of the description. This is typically the most important part of the position and identifies the skills the organization is really looking for. So let's take a closer look at this job description and see what the keywords are. The highlighted keywords are important actions or nouns that are listed on the job description. These are skills or tasks that are essential to the position. Next, I went through and underlined the repetitive words in the job description. There are 2 words that come out throughout the description. They are community and outreach. You can use the most repetitive words in the description to write a summary specific to this job description and incorporate keywords. For example, your summary can read, Spanish-speaking psychology student with community outreach experience and strong organization, communication, and technical skills ready to contribute to the outreach department of a grassroots organization. This summary incorporates the keywords and concisely describes how you meet the position requirements. Next is the education section. In this section, you want to include the schools you attended, degrees earned, and expected graduation or graduation dates. Additional things you can include is your GPA, awards, related coursework, and projects. Make sure to add the full name of the school, spell out Bachelor of the Arts, and list your expected graduation date. If you attended a community college and received a degree, you can also include it on your resume. But you will notice high school information is no longer on your resume. You can also add related coursework to your resume. This helps fill the blanks if you do not have experience in a specific area. For example, let's say the position required is research experience, but you haven't had any. If you've taken a class, such as research methods, you can add that on the resume to show the recruiter that you have knowledge in that specific area. If you did a research project as part of the class, you can even include information on the project you completed to show that you have academic experience in that area. The 2 main components that make a resume better is making sure that you tailor your resume to the position and that you're writing action-oriented, result-driven statements. So, how do you do that? This is a simple template to format the experience section. You did X using Y, resulting in Z. X is the action verb. Did you create, develop, coordinate, or collaborate to do the work? Y is the skill or tool used to do the work. This can be essential skills such as teamwork, leadership, and communication, or a tool like Excel or SPSS. Z is the result of the work or the purpose of the work. Were you able to increase, decrease, or streamline something? Or describe the purpose. Was it to improve customer satisfaction to meet deadlines? Here are some examples. A generic statement might be, organize all student fundraising events. By incorporating the template, the statement turns into, collaborated with staff, faculty, and student leaders to organize all fundraising events, which resulted in contributions over $1,500. This statement starts with a strong action verb, tells the reader how you did the work, and the positive outcome of your work. Why is this important? Many organizations are now using applicant tracking systems, or ATS, for the recruitment process. With most positions posted online, anyone from anywhere can apply to a position. This means an organization can receive hundreds of applications for one position. ATS helps screen out the applicants that do not meet specific requirements and provides the recruiter with applications that meet certain criteria. They also use this to manage their application process and to make sure they are following equal opportunity hiring practices. ATS also requires specific formatting so that your application makes it through the screen process. Employers may receive hundreds of resumes for one position. They will put in their criteria, such as keywords, position titles, and degrees. Then, the ATS system scans your applications and puts it into 3 different categories: qualified, unsure, and not qualified. To be considered qualified, your application will need to meet a specific number of the criteria. For example, let's say the employer puts in 25 keywords. Qualified applicants are those who have at least 20 of the keywords. The maybes have 19 to 15 words, and the not qualified will have 14 or less. Once ATS categorizes the applications, the HR recruiter will only look at the qualified applications and potentially the unsure group, but will most likely not look at the not qualified applicants. This means your resume won't be reviewed by an actual person unless it meets the recruiter's criteria. This is why it's so important to tailor your resume for each position. As I mentioned before, ATS also requires specific formatting. Some things to avoid are using functional resumes versus chronological resumes. Your resumes should include job titles and dates. Do not use text boxes or templates on Word or things that you download. There's an underlying code on those documents, and ATS will sometimes scan it as spyware or viruses and not read your resume. Follow the employer's instructions and upload your documents in their preferred format. Another section to include in your resume is the skills section. You want to include language, technical, and industry-specific skills. You should not include things like a good team player or strong communication skills. Those skills should be described in your experience section. You can also include additional information on your resume, such as honors and awards, volunteer experience, and campus involvements. Here are some key things to remember when putting together your resume. Review the job description and identify keywords. Make sure to incorporate those terms into your resume and tailor your resume to each position that you're applying to. Be objective and try to put yourself in the recruiter's mindset. They have a lot of applications to review and need to identify the best candidates. Make sure the information on your resume meets the criteria and remove any information that is not relevant. Use action-oriented, results-driven statements. Show the contributions that you've made to the organizations you've worked in and the value of your work. We recommend making a library resume, meaning you might have a master document that runs 3 to 4 pages long with everything you've ever done and all the different bullet points on it. When you're applying for a position, you can just copy and paste content that is relevant to the position and tailor from there. You don't need to write a resume from scratch each time. And make sure to use correct formatting so that your application can get through the applicant tracking system. The CLA internship program is here to help you explore your career options, earn academic credit for your experience, and learn professional skills through internships. Make an appointment with one of our internship advisors to receive personalized reviews for your resume and cover letter, assistance in searching for internship opportunities, and to help you prepare for interviews. Visit our website for more resources and to schedule an appointment.